Okay, so are you wondering what's happened in the real estate market in Denver in the first month of 2024? Well, we're going to tell you, and we're going to tell you right now.
So here we are, February 2024, and we're reflecting on what happened in January 2024. So let's get started with some statistics.
Yeah, so it was an interesting month for sure. You know, you never know coming in from, kind of that new year change, what's going to happen. But it was an interesting month for sure. We definitely saw more inventory hit. I think that is one of our biggest takeaways from what happened at the start of 2024. We did see some more inventory come on. Sellers are stepping out into the market, which is therefore a good thing for buyers. Definitely gives you, as a buyer, more options. Yeah. The price that we saw come in for the average price point of a home in Denver is $564,990. So right at that 565 price point. That was the median sale price. So, that takes into account single family homes, townhomes, condos, across the board, you name it. And I think that leads us to the idea that a lot of what sold in the first month of 2024 were attached homes. They are selling like wildfire if they're on the market, and if they're under $450,000, those properties moved like that.
Yeah. I think it's also important to mention that that $565,000 price point is up 5.6% over last year. So again, we're seeing consistent growth in the average sale price in Denver in general, which means, we're not flat. People are still gaining appreciation in the homes that they purchase.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, everybody kind of felt like everybody was sitting on the fence waiting to see what happened. And, you sat on the fence, you paid 5.6% more than you would have if you would have bought last year.
That's right.
Something to think about for sure. And, we talked about the average, or the inventory has blossomed in the Denver Metro. Last month, we had a total of 4,447 homes or active listings on the market. That was an increase of 13.9% from previous years. So again, that shows that sellers are stepping out and putting themselves on the market. And, just is a good thing for the overall general real estate market here in Denver. We have not had enough listings. We still don't have enough listings, but it's moving in a better direction to give those buyers a little more choice when they're out there looking at what's on the market. Gives you 13% more options out there.
And I think it coincides also with a mortgage rate decrease that we saw in January. I think that gave some confidence to buyers and sellers, which resulted in more inventory and higher price points. So then, as far as the inventory goes, you'll see here on the flyer that we have 9.7 weeks of inventory in January of 2024, which is up a full week from last January, but it's up almost 2 weeks worth just since December.
Yeah, so, and I think that plays into having a few more things on the market.
Yeah.
Because you're going to sit a little bit longer. There's more competition for you as a seller, but again, it's not a balanced market yet. So if you're considering selling in the Denver metro market, it's still a really good time to do so. And your house will move relatively quickly if it's priced right and well cared for.
Exactly. In one of our latest listings, we had 5 offers. We ended up selling over asking, and it's happening. It's happening, and that was in February. So even with the interest rates creeping back up a little bit.
Yeah, and that house was priced correctly. It wasn't the most beautiful house on the market. It was, it needed a little bit of updating. So, those things are out there for buyers to be able to get in. Those people that bought that house are going to have a great opportunity to get a little equity if they come in and update a few things. They'll have some money built into the house right away.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, the houses in that neighborhood are selling. This particular property was in the low 5s, and houses in the neighborhood are selling in the high 5s and low 6s. So that just goes to show, a little sweat equity, and you can definitely build yourself some great equity.
Yeah, and speaking of being on the market, that was a very quick turnaround. Days on market for the month of January increased by 1 day over previous year, so it's up to about 36 days. But again, as we've said so many times, that number is a little hard to decipher because if you're priced right, you're gonna most likely go a lot faster than that. It's those homes that are overpriced, that are sitting longer, the typical story that we talk about and hear about all the time. But, days on market did bump by a day, but again, I think that has to do with a few more homes being available to buyers.
That, and I think the higher price point homes are sitting longer than the
Yes.
450 and less priced townhomes and condos. So again, it's an average. So if your $2 million house is sitting for 60 days, but your $450,000 townhouse is selling in 2, then it averages out.
Yeah, and I think that's some of those first-time home buyers coming into the market that have been waiting. They've decided, okay, I can't sit on the fence any longer. Things aren't doing what I thought or people said would happen. So they're coming into the market. And then I also think we're still seeing those people that are buying are the ones that are buying because they are either downsizing, had a family change. We're still seeing a lot of those people in the market, or as the reason why they're buying or selling in today's market.
Yeah, downsizing, definitely, or like you said, change of family status, that type of thing. So yeah, it's a pretty good market right now in Denver. And we were just recently ranked the #1 hottest real estate market by U.S. News and World Report. And this is why.
Yeah. That buyer's confidence is back in the market. We're seeing, we're seeing a lot of the investors, cash deals were down in January. So what that means is that we're seeing a lot of those investors, they're looking at other markets now. So as a buyer in the Denver market, you as a homeowner, not an investor, but a homeowner, are winning out on these houses now because the investors are gone. So that's a very, very promising thing for, like we talked about, who the buyers are, first-time home buyers, people that are downsizing, people that have to move because of something. They're able to get into this market and compete now, whereas previously they were getting beat out by these investors with these cash offers. And so luckily we love our investors, but luckily for you as the consumer, you're able to get in, and those investors have moved on to other markets.
Yeah, precisely. So the biggest takeaway I think we found in January 2024 is that housing prices are heading back up. So, we did see a very brief dip in very, very short, and I think those days are in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, so what does that mean to you? If you are thinking about buying a house and you keep thinking prices are gonna drop, there's gonna be a recession, it's not gonna happen. I mean, the resources and the experts say that's not happening. We are seeing prices continue to increase, and so today is the day to buy. So if you're thinking about it, that's what that means to you from what we've seen in January.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is that inflation is still up high, and the feds are probably not going to do any sort of a rate correction in March. As predicted by a lot of experts that was going to be the case, and then the inflation numbers just didn't warrant that situation. So as a buyer getting used to this 6.5-7% interest rate, it's the new norm.
Yeah, and it's still below the average from the day they started tracking back in the 60s or whenever that was. It's still a little below that. So I think that sticker shock has worn off though a bit from our, from the buyers out there. They're realizing, okay, this is the new norm, and it's still below the average of the life of, since they track mortgage rates. Yeah,
which is about 8%. That's the average of the lifespan of mortgages. So yes, we're still in good shape with 7. And as we always say, marry the house and date the rate. So it's always subject to change. And a lot of our lenders are, doing these mortgages, and clients are hoping to refinance at some point. When
and we still have those ability to help our clients get those buy downs, and those things to help you out. So make sure if you're thinking about buying a house, hopefully you call us, but talk to an expert, because they're going to be able to give you some of those tricks of the trade that can help you get in potentially for a little less, and buy you some time with these interest rates.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a 2-1 buy down just a couple weeks ago as well. So yes, there's a lot of creative ways that we can help you, get into either your first home or a new home, bigger home, smaller home, whatever your circumstances are.
Yep. And then just to remind you, I'm Michelle Wise.
And I'm Cheryl Crown.
And we are the Living in Denver, Colorado team. We are licensed realtors. So we bring you this information to give you information. But if you do need more specifics, please reach out to us. Give us a call. We're here for you. All of our information's down below.
Yeah.
And
leave a comment, because we love ideas on new videos. And we want to give you what you want, not necessarily what we think you want. So just let us know, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, let us know what you think of this video. What do you
Please.
think of the Denver market?
Yeah, absolutely. See you next time. Share the love.
Bye.